One. Ta-da!
We're live?
We're live. Our big faces are on the internet.
I love it. Oh, we got big faces this week.
Giant. Probably too big.
Pretty giant.
Hi there,
I do like
everyone.
a
What's up,
what up?
internet
What up,
world?
YouTube? It's the Hi There Show. Happy Thursday evening, Thursday at 9. Must see TV here on YouTube. What up, Ian? How's your week
Uh,
going?
it's been pretty busy, but I'm excited to design together
Mm-hmm.
because I've been thinking about this since Saturday when we
Yeah, I have.
touched base
We
on it.
we got a weekend stream in here. For anyone that maybe didn't know, we took another crack at this board, the Soon.board that we've been working on. I think it's kind of coming together.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
enjoy the Saturday night streams.
yeah, you want to give a recap of where we started? So we started this last Thursday to make a dashboard,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that means. And then we landed on some kind of, it was called Life Board, and it was a
Yeah,
dashboard about life. And I think guess it kind of still is about life, except we really pivoted it and kind of took it in a more end of life oriented
yeah, kind of like life in that
area.
it's life oriented in that the thing that you're really concerned about, is when it's going to end. I think it kind of came about because we were talking about dashboards, like just, visualizing data on the web and how it's done and sort of how much time people spend, checking out their social dashboards, checking out those numbers, trying to make those numbers go higher, getting that endorphin rush from those numbers going higher. So we thought, what if we just
Yes.
peeled back the social aspect from it and made the only dashboard that you would ever need because it quantifies everything. So let's go past your social life. Social life's one category in here, but what if we get into like your job? How much money do you have? How many things do you own? I'm
Belongings.
pounding the desk and it's shaking my camera, so that's pretty good.
Yep. So should we, without further ado,
Yeah, you want to pop into Figma?
you want to have a look? So this is the product of, so this is our third session working on this, and
Yeah,
also
this is
kind of a
round three.
cool milestone for us. This is our fourth concurrent Thursday night episode, so that's a month straight, folks. And we snuck in 2 after hours shows on Saturdays a couple of times. So boom, we're getting somewhere here.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere. We got past the point where we were going to do 2 episodes and quit this whole thing, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we get a product on the go. This
Yeah,
is our
what
sort
we're
of, as Ian said, this is our third session. So I guess we'd be going into rolling into hour 6 on this thing. I want to make it a real, let's cap it. Not cap it like finish it. Maybe we won't finish it, but let's like roll this over into a real product because I think we started with like a good idea. We added a bunch of features to it. We've made it very pretty, obviously. Um, so maybe we can get some real content happening in here. I'm taking it so seriously, this fake thing that we probably could never develop.
I'm really fixated on the orb bit here with the pulsating lines. I think it looks really cool, and I think I want to see where it goes. I was really obsessed with these alerts last time. I kind of got into making like this complex component with a floaty thing. I think it's cool, and I want to shelf it maybe. But I do want to do something with alerts or notifications, but I want to rethink it and make it cool. Like this is a neat component, but what can we have like?
Well,
How can we rethink an alert, right? Because these are your standard, your typical things. And can we have like this guy feeding stuff out? What can we do with like Figma's prototyping
so
capabilities to
let's,
make it cool?
yeah, I'm excited about. I wonder if we could even get a little animation happening here. But so the thumping element, as Soon.board, the final dashboard that you will ever need, um, pulls data about your life. This element in the middle is going to thump. And as it thumps, it's recording events that are coming in through the form of data and then spitting out these graph lines on either side that are going to sort of describe whether the activities that you're partaking in are good and the numbers are going up, or they're bad and the numbers are going down, which of course is the thing that users are most concerned with.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah,
So it's kind
that's
of
a
like an
lifeline. Your
all-seeing
pulse.
eye element. Like we want it to be very sort of intimidating. You know, it's definitely watching you and thinking about you. It's got this heartbeat kind of going. Yeah, and that's a compelling digital experience, I think. That's what users are looking for in a dashboard.
It's a fantastic experience, I think.
That should be the company tagline for our startup that we're making here.
It's a fantastic experience, I think.
So all users need to do is download the Soon.board app, and they're going to have to make note of every single event that happens in their life. Which, I mean, considering social, the state of social right now, that shouldn't be too much of an ask, right?
No.
I wouldn't think.
That's what everyone's doing.
What everybody's doing. All right, so let's revisit the pulsing thumping element. I would actually I wish we had maybe a view where we could get a presentation view going on for my monitor, because I could pipe this into After Effects, maybe get it animated, pull it back in here as some sort of animated element maybe. But let's work on the graph lines.
I wonder what we could, because Figma has like smart animation or whatever you want to call it, where it will, if you give it a beginning state and an end state, it'll do some stuff. Sometimes it works great and sometimes it's awful. There might be some things that we could do with this. Like what are we trying to do? Like make it like pulsate?
Well, like a heartbeat. A heartbeat, yeah.
Man.
Like thump thump. Thump thump. That's a heartbeat, right? Yeah.
That's your heartbeat?
It's a thump thump, not a thump. Thump thump. It's a double thump.
Mine kind of goes like, it's a little more erratic than that. Sounds like.
Yeah, it's a little more it's a little more professional.
Started about a year ago.
Funny thing.
Okay, so let's get this board set up. I'm trying to just figure out what's inside of what so that we can prototype it. Our dashboard.
I want to get some more definitive lines. So my idea is, hypothetically, you could never do this dynamically. Hypothetically, if you could input data about what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, this pulsing element would be able to thump things out. Although, what kind of experience is that, though? Because if you're sitting in front of your phone, punching things in, you're not watching the dashboard.
Yeah, it should be able to know. It knows what you're doing.
Let's run on the inference that this website is sort of all-knowing and all-seeing. Like, you know, this pulsing orb element is more sort of like, you know, an AI or something. So it's going to pull that data about your life automatically. So we've got that's figured out.
You gave it access to your email. It's tapped into your Facebook and your Twitter and your TikTok or whatever you have now.
What do you have now? Do you have TikTok?
I don't have TikTok.
You're not a big fan of those hilarious videos? Yeah, my parents have TikTok too.
They just find the most random stuff too. Like this hot dog eating contest.
Oh, you're doing what I was trying to do. Align it with that.
Yeah, this
frame
has to,
back there.
That has to. I don't know why the name of the frame is displayed here. It's very strange.
It's because the bounding box is actually inset on this square, but for some reason you can't drag it back. All right, I've got to get a cool line going here.
Well, we got to get it gone. We have to get that gone.
We should start a design agency and call it Cool Lines.
There. Cool Lines. All right, so what's up? What are you making?
Making my cool lines.
You making cool lines? What are we thinking that the notifications will look like? I'm going to move these dumb things out of the way. I like this component. It's got a lot of cool stuff going on, but
I feel like notifications might be a little like labels. on these graph peaks.
All right, let me try a thing.
I get my polygon tool, which is really just my triangle tool, because who makes a polygon with more than 4 sides on the internet?
5-sided polygon?
Yeah, you could do that. You could do like a 5-sided div and just really sort of break the bounds of web design.
Oh man, that would be.
I was thinking that we should actually maybe take either a night or a weekend and do like 2 hours on box model. Like, what is CSS? How do you arrange boxes with HTML, and how do you style them with CSS, and what does it all mean?
That could be cool. We could tie that in with like design system in Figma, because it's pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's kind of the cool part of using a piece of software like this. I mean, I think we keep crowing about this, and we probably will forever. But the way that we're designing this stuff is all hypothetically CSSable, like, because that's the way that Figma works. That's the tool set it gives you. So, I mean, we've got this really sort of glowing orb element here. This could hypothetically be recreated with code. Like, there's no reason why not. I'll take a screenshot and paste it in on the canvas. Is this circle is a result of these 6 radial fills?
Ooh.
Well, sorry, 4 radial and 2 linears. So you could write that in CSS. It's just, who's ever going to do that? I am. I'm going to hit export website, and then we'll check it out.
Yeah,
You are ill.
It's about that easy now, at least. Export. What does that look like? Is that a good size? Is that too big?
The font?
Yeah.
Size is your font. 14. No, that's probably fine.
A bold 14.
Yeah, URL. So that would be like minus 5% health.
Okay. I'm going to make this into a responsive thing, I guess.
Maybe before you do that, right, thank you. Should we have some sort of category that it exists in?
Oh, yeah. It should be an icon, though.
Yeah.
That'd look dope.
Okay, so we need an icon for each of these. What's an icon for health? I think we talked about this before.
Oh, that snake.
The snake and stick. The old snake and stick.
The old snake staff. When I
the
think
old snake staff. You just have to. That's what doctors used to do, is just beat snakes back with a stick.
Yeah, it's like when I think of health and healing, it's the snakes climbing up a pole.
When I just like ambiently check out Google Images, everything I get for a health icon is a heart with sort of like EKG lines through it.
Okay.
That to me says heart health. Not
It's too close to the lines we have on this already, too.
What about brain? I mean, your heart doesn't. It's your brain.
I think brain should be another category.
Like your intelligence, maybe.
Yeah, or like you have an incorrect thought. You've committed a thought crime.
Oh, you've committed a thought crime. Maybe like you're experiencing sort of like anxiety or depression, and you're losing points for that because it's sort of up to you to be better in the eyes of the all-thumping orb.
Yeah, pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together.
Not really, but
we could fit a 6th column in here. So I did 5 on here, which is not a nice number in the world of columns.
It's like, yeah, design this 5.
You just you end up putting a non-breaking space point in one of those columns to make it work.
Oh, I remember non-breaking spaces.
Still works like that. I mean, a lot of websites, most websites are still, unless it's like a really heavy JavaScript front end, are still very much grid systems.
Oh yeah.
You're building it on a grid.
I remember back in the day, I remember putting them in websites, but I didn't know what it meant. It was just this and, the thing that started with an and I would just like, oh, you put it in places sometimes and it makes more spaces.
Oh, a
Uh,
non-breaking space
yeah,
point.
I didn't know it meant anything. I just thought it was like a
It,
code.
it just gives it. It's just a space. It's just like when you hit the space bar, and it was just enough to give it like data to not say that there's no data there. Oh, fun. See, grid systems, that would be another good episode. We should do like Hi There Basics or like Hi There Night School, and we'll
Hi,
just talk about
hi
the
there.
easy stuff, like how to get going writing CSS.
That'd be cool. Very valuable. That'd be fun. Hit us up in the chat if that's something you want to know. We'll do it.
Yeah, hit us up in the chat. Hit that like button. We're looking for what? Let's put a number on it. We're looking for 5,000 likes tonight. Really help us out with that YouTube algorithm. So go ahead and hit that button. Based on our concurrent viewers, we're going to need you guys to go ahead and make a bunch of other accounts and then come back and also hit the like button again to get us there. But we really do appreciate it. Hit us up in the chat for real. Like and subscribe, all that. I believe that our Twitter stuff is in the bio, so you can check us out there as well.
It sure is.
What else do we got? I'm on Instagram. I do visual art and painting when I'm not doing UX design, so you can check me out on there. Ian's got an OnlyFans account, totally safe for work OnlyFans account. Hit him up there, onlyfans.com/sweetian.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not, I don't, I just kind of dabble in design for fun.
Well, yeah, it's OnlyFans first. My OnlyFans mockbang account actually comes first, is my first passion.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
UX design is kind of a thing I do to just sort of keep the lights on and, you know, have a career and all that. Rounded elements 5. So every time you do something, this actually presents a problem. So we have a centered element, and this thing is going to thump out waves of activity. This is really cool. I feel like we have to mirror it because obviously if it's thumping in the middle, it has to come out of both sides.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of that.
So we can't have the notifications on both sides. I mean, we could anchor it to the left, like maybe it's over here
I liked it. The middle,
up
it just
against the
felt
edge of
so
that
right.
margin. Yeah, in the middle, it's intimidating. It's watching you. It's upset about what you're doing.
Yeah, it's there
It's
where it
definitely
should
there,
be.
and it's not going away. That's the other thing that we want. Sort of is a big part of the creative brief here is that, you know, people feel intimidated and that they can't really get away from it.
Yeah, it's a very, yeah, it sets you in line.
How are my mic levels doing? I'm just gonna hold on one sec. If I go quiet, I'm just listening to the stream in my headphones.
I think they're
So I
pretty
can
good.
find out if my
You're
mic
not
levels are
redlining.
maxing out. Am I not? Okay. Because last week I tend to like talk back here and then lean in and talk to the mic, and I'm redlining all over the place, but
Although
it looks like we get it fixed.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
What? You're an audio guy. You're an audio guy now.
Audio file.
Are you building a component out of this?
Yeah. I'm trying to do something cool with it. Fill the container, stupid. Thank you.
All right. So maybe what we do. Okay, the lines are going to continue to thump out of either side like this.
Okay.
It's going to be a mirror image, but we need to write some sort of function where these labels are tessellating. So
But
tessellation
tessellating.
is maybe not the. Tessellating is maybe not the right word. It might be the right word if it is, it's a big win on this evening, but it probably isn't. So this peak is going to be described on this side. This peak is going to be described on this side. This peak is going to be described on this side. Do you know what I mean?
I got it.
It's like an every second peak kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So we've got what are some of the kind of notifications we want in categories? So we have health is one. I'll just leave this label in here for now.
We have job. I was calling it my job. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it job because
Job.
that's everybody knows what down 6 points job means.
Yeah.
Things owned. So things owned is an
Things.
actual like tally of the things that you own. Like
Yeah. Okay.
could be pencil, could be cool knife, could be backpack. Those are all things that you own.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what
So
about okay? What?
do we
Go ahead.
want like every time you buy something, you get like it shows like a positive reinforcement somehow with a little
Well, you'll
blip.
get a
It's like,
notification up here.
hey, like a yeah, like a
Like
congratulations.
you get a notification up here, and this should sort of, tapping one of those should give you maybe like an expanded description of what it is you did and how it's affecting it. Like, so you have become ill, -4 health. And people are going to go, well, what does
Mm.
-4 mean? Because health right now says 40%, but we don't really, I'm not concerned about the users understanding what the numbers mean.
They'll pick
More
it.
just that they,
Yeah, they'll learn it. It's all relative.
yeah, like more just whether they're high or low. That's what they need to know, not the specifics. Nor do I think this pulsing, all-seeing element in the middle would ever tell you. Yeah, for a little background element and spice it up a little bit.
A spicy BG element.
These Google image tricksters are getting pretty clever. You look for something with a transparent background and they actually go ahead and put the checkerboard faux transparent background in the image
Oh,
to still force you to click into the site.
very clever.
I just want to steal my royalty not free images that I didn't pay for purposes of a mock-up, which I think is fine. All right, we'll check that out later. I want sort of like a swirling galaxy thing going on in the background here, but I might have to engineer it. Maybe while you do that, because I'm in your same screen, is I can look at gussying up the card.
It's gonna work out very well. Fun challenge. What is this thing?
I'm having a lot of fun doing this right now because I don't feel like I'd ever be able to mock up something like this in real life. Like just taking this to a development team and saying like, yep, this is the thing we want to make. It needs to have all these gradients. Like, yes, it needs to animate. I don't know how well it would fly,
Are
but
gradients
that's okay
in?
because we don't have budgets here.
What's the deal with gradients these days? Are they popular?
Yeah, I
I
mean,
like I like
gradients
gradients.
gradients are forever for sure. They were hot there like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. When did Instagram rebrand? The sort of like pink to purple to orange gradients were very, very cool. They still are, I guess. They're easy to achieve on the web. Like CSS support for them in browsers is sort of universal. So I do think it's possible to, again, make something like this circle completely in CSS, which would be cool. And I want to try sometime.
I mean, people used to draw like iPhones and make like weather apps with CSS and things, or didn't they? So you must be able to. I guess
Yeah, I
that's
mean
kind
you
of the
can
extent.
completely fake a sort of iOS or Android, like a native app feel. You can completely fake that in CSS nowadays. CSS and React. So we're gonna need kind of like Monopoly card style descriptions for these things. Like they're very short. You get like 12 characters, 16 characters,
Yeah, it
maybe.
has to be small.
Like you have become ill or you um committed fraud.
Should they all be one size? This isn't working out. I'm gonna get rid of it. What are like the design constraints to like sizing? Should they resize it at all?
That's a tough question. So From a design perspective, in a lot of cases like this, you're always going to want the container to be the same size, because when you start to populate these things across the screen, it creates like a visual consistency that just sort of looks and feels nice. I'll just copy it over here to work on it later. So if you had a bunch of these and they were all different heights, like you start to get sort of weird visual issues.
Yeah.
That are a little hard to point out. Let's get a fake title in here. You have fallen ill. So that length of copy works really well in the shorter container, but not so much up here. And the difference becomes
Yeah, I kind of
really
feel like
apparent. So sorry?
we want them to be short, right?
Yeah, they have to be sort of short and sweet. So usually what you end up doing in a situation like this is saying like, okay, we need to have a character limit. And you work with a copywriter to get there to make sure all of this stuff is in place. So I would say, let's plan for 2 lines. If it goes longer than that, we can truncate it.
Okay.
Um,
Or we can fire the copywriter.
Get out of here, you extremely useful person. I've
Make
actually
it
been working with a
shorter. Get
copywriter
out.
lately, and it's a goddamn joy. It is so good.
Wow, that's a rarity. To pay for
So a
something
truncated title would have the ellipsis at
anyone
the end
can
of it.
do.
I definitely can't. I've definitely written a lot of copy in my life. Have you ever come across that where you're mocking something up or you're going through a design phase and you don't have copy, so you're just sort of using your marketing brain to slam stuff in there so it looks right and feels like a living mock-up, and then it ends up going to publish with that on it?
All the time. And then people are like, why does it say that? It's like, because that's no one else wrote anything, and that, so I guess
That's what I
everyone
did.
thought
Yeah.
that was the best. So that's why it says it.
Yeah. Nobody said anything. And I kept saying, hey, we should like book some time to sit down and do a content review. And then, it just didn't happen because clients shouldn't dump on clients.
Worst. Health. What were we thinking for a health icon? I lost my train of thought on it. There's an X-ray icon that you would never in a million years like know is an X-ray.
I'm gonna Google image snake stick icon and see what I got. Nope, got it first try.
You didn't even have to
The
do it.
rod of Asclepius. Asclepius? Rod of Asclepius? Asclepius. Very cool. Either way, let's live trace something and get it in here. I'd love to draw more, but Figma makes it a little tough. Do you draw your icons?
No, I take them from Font Awesome.
Yep, that's pretty good. I really recommend Font Awesome specifically. All right, let's get a snake stick icon in here. So if we're going to use icons up here in the notifications, it sort of seems appropriate to me that we'll probably end up having to use them in these columns, like where the numbers are related to them.
Okay.
But we'll solve that nightmare when we get to it. All right. There's our rod, our health rod.
I mean, this was this. Emojis. Emojis are hot. Gradients are hot.
Emojis are pretty cool. They're like putting your
Dashboards are
emotions
hot.
like in a picture. Because articulating it takes thumb time. It's actually kind of funny that you don't see emojis. Like, have we not rolled over to the point that we're comfortable enough with them that you start to see them in like commercial applications? Like in copy for an ad, they just toss an emoji in there to get their point across. I would love to see that.
They totally are doing
There was a movie.
Oh, yeah, there was. And Patrick Stewart was a turd.
Oh, they got him to do the poop emoji. Oh, because he's such a classy old man. That's great.
Guess that's
So
what a
silly.
turd would sound like if it talked. I don't know.
They were just happy to have Patrick Stewart.
What
They
is it?
they
Like,
they tried to cast him and he accepted, and they were like, "No way, we got Patrick Stewart, sure."
it's like how much? 100 million?
Yeah, how many dump trucks of money? All right, rod's not going to work. We need something more square. I'm
A
gonna
rod.
have to make the heart with the EKG in
Oh,
it
you
and just
okay.
bow to the whims of the internet here and make what everybody wants us to make, which is why we did this show.
That's what everyone wants to see.
Icons. I actually like drawing icons. I could do it for hours.
I'd watch you draw icons all day long.
Really? That means a lot to me.
Maybe
Thank
for
you.
a couple hours. Yeah, I could do 2 hours of icon drawing, I think.
I would love to have a full chat and just go, okay, start firing off nouns, and we will discuss what the best iconography is for that without any
Hmm.
research. We won't look it up. On free icons, you were talking about Font Awesome. It is the like most unlikely company in the world to also have nice font assets that they give away, but the IBM design library, they're like app icons and their icon language that they use for their brand. It's all sort of like freely available and searchable and downloadable and stuff like that. And it's a pretty good resource actually,
Hmm.
especially if you're looking for icons for more technical stuff. Like you're like, damn, I need an icon for machine learning. What the hell is that?
Yeah, what is that?
That's a good resource. It's a brain with like microchips in it. Apparently, it's a brain with like neuro pathways sort of computerized. So that's literally what it is. I'm still making this heart icon. Hey, remember when we spent like 10 minutes on Saturday trying to figure out how to make a little X?
Yeah. I'm
Good
gonna
content.
I'm gonna come back to that at some point and try and actually do it, but not today. What are you working on? Where are you?
I'm over in Illustrator. I'm so sorry. I decided to at the last second to gin up a heart icon for this health category.
All right. Well, I'm gonna zoom in on
I'm just
this.
over here playing like some games, you know,
Oh
playing The
yeah, I was playing
Sims.
Doom.
Ah, cool. I was playing The Sims too, the Star Wars expansion.
Star Wars expansion of The Sims?
I think that there's a Star Wars. Yeah, there's a Sims. There's a Star Wars expansion for The Sims, but at one point in time. Okay, oh, it's back. I'm getting there. Oh my god. So I had a meeting last week, and usually before you present something, like I was presenting to people, and usually before you present, you gotta, take one more look at everything. And I noticed this, like, just this little niggly bit about an icon that I wanted to change. And I'm
Okay.
like, okay, I got 10 minutes. I'm going to change this icon before I talk to everybody, and I'll push the updates to the file. It's going to be so slick. And I was like halfway through doing it, and now it's 2 minutes toward the meeting, and I've got to finish this icon. And anyway, I may have feigned like I was having troubles connecting to this meeting, and instead showed up 2 minutes late. Oh, God, sorry. Meets is acting weird. I'm so sorry. I'm definitely not trying to finish up this icon that I thought of as everybody was waiting in the lobby. All right, I'm back. I'm back in Figma.
All right, we have a little thingy.
Oh, look at that icon. That's a fresh vector.
That's a freshly pressed vector.
Fresh Press Vector NFT will be available here later this evening, probably.
Ooh. Oh yeah, we should get it. We should start selling NFTs of these shows. These like we could
Really should.
probably get in on the ground floor of this and be like a billionaire in a few years.
So I haven't read too much about specifically, but like how big can the thing that you're putting on the blockchain be? Because if it was like 20 gigabytes, wouldn't it hypothetically be worth more crypto? Oh man, I hate that
It's not
crypto's
currency,
become normalized.
it's not currency, it's a token. So it's like different. It's like a digital signature kind of is the way that I heard about it and kind of think of it. So it uses the blockchain to verify its authenticity, just like it uses the blockchain to verify like who owns the money, I guess. But it's not currency itself. It's a token built on the blockchain, whatever that
Okay.
fucking means. But yeah, it isn't money itself. It's a token.
A non-fungible
It's not a coin
token.
because a coin is fungible.
Interesting. Oh, that just like split my head in half. So there's got to be some sort of file size limit, because at a certain point, like data would be the thing that quantifies the file.
I don't know how it works. I almost feel
don't know
like
how it
I
works.
think of it as like like a digital certificate. So it's just like attached to a thing.
It's another one of those things where I went, huh, that's dumb. And then like a week later, people were becoming millionaires, including artists.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, there's a discrete little thing.
Nice. So if it's one line, what does it look like?
Uh we just have that space. Oh, that's driving me nuts. I want to lock all that stuff. Hold on.
Lock what? Oh, wait, what is that?
I gotta group the background and lock it. Lock it in place so then we can work over top of it without moving it. Lock it up. So I guess one line would be I mean, yeah, we can make them flexible containers. I don't know. What do you think? 1 or 2 lines. I can live with that.
2.
Well, this would be the same size container for 2 lines. And so I mean, there's a design case to be made where you're like, well, that doesn't look very good, but also maybe it looks fine.
Well, I guess the only answer there is we start filling it with content. See what happens.
How big is that type? It's already the body copy is already 12 points.
Too big?
So maybe it's a 2-state thing. So this smaller, much smaller container width, let's go 180. Hey guys, let's take a quick 180 here. Let's take a quick 180 and think outside the box. So the notification would actually just be like plus health. So we've received a data value, it equates to plus health. You could even like maybe shift the color to say, you know, this is a good notification. Get sort of a seafoamy green in there because that's the best. Or a lime, I guess. So you get these little pips, and then, you know, when you tap on it, it expands into the full notification.
Yeah, and there's probably a spot where you could go and see like all your activity, like your notification log, right?
I'm kind of hoping we could get to it tonight, but I sort of see that as a list. We've got a graph element here right now, but like a list underneath the 5 categories or 6 categories of life values that this thing is monitoring. And it's literally like a list. It's like 12:33 p.m. Like you you know, saw somebody drop something in the street and you didn't say anything because you're too socially awkward. And so you get like minus friends.
Hmm. Okay, I'm in. Then we have
And
we have
activity
friends, we have
feeds.
things.
What else is important? I think like we can get like a ranking system, like friends are less important than things and money is, you know, more important than
Money's the more important.
health.
Yeah, money was more important than things. What about, yeah, health, money? Yeah.
Influence, maybe sort of like, you know, how much power do you have over other people? Constrain these proportions I can. I'm just working on my little health pip. What's the stream health at? We got 4 viewers. Don't be afraid to say hello in chat. We're just hanging out. Send us your questions. Give us your comments.
Yeah.
Don't be
Tell
afraid to
us.
hit us up on Twitter. We would love to hear from people that have things that either need to be designed or have questions about how to design. So if you're working on something, like don't hesitate to fire that one out to us. I mean, don't ever take our advice. Do your research and write a really good brief. But we can maybe help. So okay, this works better for this layout. So you know you're instantly sort of picking up that in this case your plus health, that type is way too small. 12. Oh my god, I commit the cardinal sin of web design. You're never ever allowed to set your font below 13 or you're a bad designer.
Oh no. Does it
Right?
matter regardless of font?
It fucking doesn't matter anything. Your house could be on fire and the only thing that puts it out is making that font 12 point. You're not allowed to do it on the internet.
Good to know. A rule. Very important.
I'm going ahead and putting that here. No, it's for accessibility reasons. Obviously, you need to make sure that users can read things. And once you get down into 12, there's too much of the population that wouldn't be able to you know deal with it.
Fair enough. So what are some other states that these notifications can have? Like color. Color and icon will change. The text will change, obviously. I'm trying to figure out what that is.
Yeah,
Just
I'm sort
delete
of
it.
trying to work out a convention here. I'll make a good like maybe a positive version and a negative version, and then I think we need to look at a view for like this is the notification, but there's other data affiliated with this. So how do users see that?
Yeah, do they intercept this? Like, can they tap it and stuff happens? Or is
Yes,
it
you should be
just
able to tap
feeding?
it. I
Okay.
think that you should be able to tap it and get some sort of like extended description of what happened because there is a log created. Like whatever this notification is pertaining to is coming from an activity that happened. So there is other data associated with it, I think. Whether or not that looks like a tappable element that is going to give you more information, I have no idea. How do we do that?
Well, I guess that's what we're here to figure out.
Modals?
What's that?
Yeah. Modals?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Some kind of modal.
Maybe it's a modal. I mean, so for the viewers, a modal is I mean, designers would know, but when you're on a website and you click something and a pop-up happens, usually a good example would be like, do you want to save? You would call that a save modal. I used to say module for years until a good friend of ours like finally just like said stop it. Um, but
Module. Module passes.
module, it's
I
a
would,
modal. So when something pops up on the screen and prompts you to do something, so yes, no, it may say warning, it may say do you want to save, that kind of thing. They're really popular for solving situations where we don't have room in the layout or you know we just need to deliver information quickly. I don't know how about you feel about them, Ian, but I mean they break the user experience. They don't break the user's experience, they like grind it to a halt. It's like the train stops, everything you're doing stops and you have to contend with this. But
exactly.
maybe it's okay in this circumstance because they're tapping on it and they want to know.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to stop everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm.
fair.
What's this? Is this whole like attached to it? Oh no, it's separate.
It is sort of attached to it. So it, I mean, I can Boolean them together, I believe.
Yeah, maybe that's a good move.
It's still going to regard them as two separate objects. However, it just sort of groups them in a way that you would call a single object, which is fine. So
yeah.
maybe over here we have minus job. And that would be a red container to let users know they messed up. Pull an icon for that. So I'm building icons for these, but then these will then translate to icons that get used everywhere else. So I feel like the icon for a job is definitely going to be a briefcase.
Definitely. I love
Even
this
though
green on red. It
I
looks
don't know
good.
if I've even seen a briefcase in like a decade. Yeah, red and green. You know, I don't know if that's high
Complementary
contrast or
colors.
low contrast. It actually just like hurts to look at. But red and white's okay.
It's Christmas.
Right, that's gonna have to be lighter. So I set a sort of a convention on that green one where that interior is a darker version of that color. So we'll just make sure that lines up okay. Cool. I need to make a briefcase. Turns out it's just a rectangle. I don't think I've seen anybody use a briefcase since I was a child.
I had a
Like
briefcase that I found once in the Roy building downtown next to a garbage can because they couldn't
I
fit
feel
it
like
in
I
the
remember
garbage
seeing
can.
that one. Yeah.
Had it for a while. I don't know what happened to it.
I want to do that. I want to go to a pitch meeting or something here sometime soon and bring in my hard briefcase and like slap it down on the table. Lose the file, disappoint my company. Everyone's going, what the hell were you thinking with that briefcase stunt? It'll be good.
What were you thinking?
What were you thinking, guy?
What were you thinking, man?
All right, briefcase icon is done and I'm pulling it in. Bam. That means job to most people.
Briefcase means job.
It's a little offensive because most people on the planet probably don't have jobs that even require a briefcase.
No, it's very, it's very
It's also kind of like
presumptive and narrow-minded, but
it's very narrow-minded. It's a little male-centric, which I don't appreciate in my icons, my iconography. If you're offending your users through your iconography, you've got a serious visual branding issue at play. What's going on with that? All right. It's hard to complain about things that you're doing that aren't on screen.
What, the Illustrator?
Yeah. Look at that worked out. There's a way to do it.
Why isn't this working?
That's bad contrast, but I'm gonna leave it because it looks kind of cool. Don't tell anyone though. Hey everyone, hey viewers, don't tell anyone. Breaking the rules here.
We'll fix it after. This is just conceptual.
Well, especially with design, it's a lot of like having an idea and then like working through it over time to get it where you want to be to make it functional and cool and good. Oh, you have a blue cursor. Things that I select are blue, but you also have a blue cursor, so I kind of can't tell which ones you have selected.
What a pain. Wee. I'm trying to think of what we can do to animate this. What is that line? Get rid of that.
That would be a green. Maybe it's just good things on one side, bad things on the other side.
That makes a lot of sense actually, because it's then you can like find balance. And
But then those would always be on the bottom and those would be on the top. Hmm.
do
Well,
they
whatever.
have to be?
I almost don't think it matters, because if you're gonna do, I would say if you're making like a highly graphic, dynamic, animated element on a website that's spitting out graph lines and you've coded everything to work, to ask it to also display everything in this way that's really uniform might be too much. So it's almost like planned for flexibility, and just not worry so much about exactly where they are. Or maybe it's just random.
I want to try and I want to try and prototype it and see what happens, but I don't even know what to do. Like, I want to have that fly across the screen as a starter. I'm just going to see what happens.
Man, those little boxes look cool, but these big white boxes are really cool.
Maybe we can use that as a modal somehow.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. How do we make these notifications expand when you tap on them to give the user more information about what they're looking at?
And it'll be moving. You have to stop it? That sounds difficult.
Okay. I got an idea. We remove the words from these and the sort of notification arrowness of it. Actually, let's just get rid of the box entirely and use a circle. And the circles become the pips on the graph that you can then click and get the expanded view. Sorry, I'm having a world of trouble with like nested groups and stuff here. There we go. Pull that out. Now that circle can come to the front and we can adjust it. Boom. So now we just have plus health, right? So like
Cool.
what event caused plus health? We can check that out.
Exactly. Okay, I like it.
So engaging in that, ooh, that's really huge, isn't it?
What?
Engaging in that pip blows it out to this larger size. No,
Okay,
I don't know.
we can do that.
What do you think? I don't know.
Let's try it. Let's prototype
I
it.
cannot possibly. Yeah, okay, let's prototype it.
I mean,
I just can't imagine the animation that would morph that element into that element, but
well, we'll see.
I'm into it.
Why don't we take a little couple-minute break here and come back and give it a go?
Oh, geez, we're already into an hour. Okay, yeah,
We're at
let's
the
take
halfway
5.
point.
We'll be right back to talk about these notification elements.
Yeah, stick around because when we come back, we're gonna try to prototype some really cool animations with opening up these little thingies.
Okay,
You don't want to miss it. Back in 5.
We're so back. Are you ready for some witty repartee in the web design field? I love witty repartee. I'm just making it a little circle right now, because that'll just be easier to handle. If it's green, it's a positive. If it's red, it's bad. I guess in that case, green would always be on the top and red is always on the bottom. Yeah, sorry. I'm there. It's 36 by 36, which is like the accessible size for a button in the mobile world. So I just wanted to make sure that was cool on the web. Go. It's all yours. Oh, okay. Do you ever do that when you're like, this is not going to work and I need to spend 2 hours to ascertain that? Can you stream that? Like, is that on stream when you do that? Mm-hmm. Are you talking about button states? So on click obviously being like when a user clicks it, like when your mouse button makes contact with the sensor in your mouse, that counts as a click. That's what we call the on click action. Look at that prototype. I'm hitting that play button.
I've been on mute the whole time again, I think.
Were you really on mute?
Yeah. So I'm showing the audience the prototype and how great it works. And this is why you iterate quickly and often. I don't even think anything's happened. There we go.
I saw it. It slides up from the bottom.
Yeah, that's absolutely terrible. It's
Can
kind
we
of
have
funny.
it slide from the top?
Yeah.
Can it do like a sort of a loop-de-loo kind of
That's
MS
what
Office?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Don't mind
So
me.
we have positive states. So when users do something good in this app, it is green, generally speaking, as like a visual language thing with absolutely no research because there might be better colors. But I'm thinking we also might need a neutral state. So some icons might be blue because they haven't affected your value. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yep.
In
It
terms of
just
these
is.
different segments, it just is. It's like, you pet a dog. It doesn't matter, but we should graph it because it's a thing you did. What AI are we going to power this with? I think there's like 3 AIs. Isn't there? There's Google AI, there's IBM Watson, there's who else is an AI? Probably like DARPA.
Yeah, those ones that. What about those robot dog company, the scary ones? What's it?
Oh, Boston Dynamics?
Yeah. Do they have an AI?
Probably.
Amazon probably
Swarm
has
AI,
one.
likely. All right, we got some states on there. So I need a set of icons while you play with that.
Yeah, the
We got health, we got job. What about things owned?
yeah,
I
possessions,
need
things for sure. What would that what be a picture for that? Like
when I
a
think of like an
diamond?
icon for just general things, I think like a book and a shelf and like a cardboard box, a
Oh, a
diamond.
box. A box would be good, like an Amazon delivery. Because we can know we can tap
Oh,
it's tapped into everything, right? So it's tapped into Amazon. It knows when you order. So it's like
yeah.
bing, good
I feel
job.
like to verify your account, you need to log in with every API. Amazon, your Twitter,
Yeah, it's not like
what other
log in with
APIs exist?
Facebook or Twitter or Amazon or Google. It's and.
Yeah, and yeah, you'll get more use out of this privacy breaking application by signing up, logging in with Facebook.
Ooh,
I sign up for things with Google now is my default preference. Like sign in with
okay,
Google.
I'm just gonna try
Okay, this element up at the top is starting to look functional.
there's some activity going on. I'm gonna try a different approach to this prototype here. I've got some stuff going on down here. Created my own little world where some things can happen. Potentially.
Icon for things. What does Google Image give me? Google
Yeah, what
Images
is
is actually a
things?
notoriously bad place to look for icons, but I like it because it just gives you this smattering. I'm getting a lot of sheets of icons. Like here's icons for everything.
Oh look, we both have blue icon. We both have blue cursors.
Finally.
Hi.
Hi.
All right, I'll zoom into you while I try and do something stupid here.
Icon for things. Yeah, I think it's a box.
I like box. I can run with that. I can get
Okay,
behind it.
so let's make a one color box in Illustrator here. It's kind of a box icon.
I'm kind of cheating. I'm making prototypes like you would the old-fashioned way. But it might be what we want.
I feel like the old fashioned way of making prototypes was InVision, and it was only like 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. I was
Like
working.
just hot linking JPEGs together in InVision.
I just did something with someone that used InVision, and they didn't even hotlink it. They just uploaded it, and you had to use the arrow keys.
I've also done that. I've also done that in my time. Because, like, hey, look, I'll make an interactive prototype for you, but you kind of got to pay for it. It's not a given.
That's fair.
Of course, that's written into every budget now. It's really attractive for clients when you're like, no, I can give you a live clickable prototype. You can visit this link anytime, and our latest set of revisions will be uploaded there. They find it very, very comforting.
I love it. I think it's great.
It also gives you control in the meeting room when you're presenting it too, right? Like it removes some of that disconnect where people are not necessarily visual thinkers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's. I can see that. You need to restart. What I like, one thing I like in Figma is if you're in the prototype view and you hit R, it restarts it to the back to the beginning. It's pretty handy.
Ooh, I do like that. Still working on my box over here. two colors drawings are obviously much easier, but rendering things in a single
Hey, my
color can
icon
be.
changed. My connection became unstable. Sorry, what were you saying?
Are we back?
I don't know if we went.
Oh, I totally forget what I was saying. Oh, drawing icons in one color, tough.
Do tell. Smart animate. Way better than stupid animate. That was terrible. That doesn't
What
look
did it
good.
do?
Doing. Looks terrible. What's happening?
What is it doing?
No, it
Can you
just doesn't.
show
It's not
it?
doing anything. It's not even worth showing. It's not even bad. It's just boring.
Do tell.
It's just dissolving. That's not a smart animate.
Oops, maybe it's the smartest of them all.
Could be the smartest animator of them all. Well, let's have a look here, folks. It just looks like it's fading.
Can I see it on the stream?
You can preview it yourself.
Oh, all right.
Why?
Wow, that's horrible.
I don't even. It doesn't seem like it's all right. Well, it's time to figure out why that's doing that.
Can we, are you able to, whatever animation comes in place, like reverse it so that when you click out of it, it kills it?
When you make it a modal, you can, but it doesn't work well when it's a modal. So I don't know what to do. I'm trying like this kind of cheating mode where I just duplicate the whole page.
Let's just can this whole project.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Let's throw it away.
No, it's dumb. It's another important lesson to design. Just kill it quick. I'm out. Shut it down, lay everyone off. We'll take the money that we earn through capital and spend it.
Yeah, the
Another
clients
startup.
decided to take it in a different direction.
We had that happen once. I wonder if enough time will ever pass that you and I can tell that story someday.
Yeah, definitely.
Ian and I used to run a web shop when we were a little younger, and we kind of got shit canned by a client one day. It was really funny because I think you and I, well, we didn't get shit canned. Like we did a good job. They just went a different direction and
Well,
whatever.
it was a political, very much like, yeah, why
It,
are these people doing that work?
it
I thought we were
that's
friends.
who are these like young punks? Yeah, I thought we are gonna call up some of our business friends. Anyway, you and I were like in the parking lot waiting to get a cab to go home, and we were like, "Did we just get fired?
Yeah, I know.
Did
It's
that
like
guy
I felt
just
kind of
fire
good
us?"
leaving.
Yeah, it was like, "Yeah, okay, this is all right. Things are a bit different, but we're gonna work with this." And it's like, wait a second, they just offered to pay out our contract to tell us to fuck off,
It's like
basically.
that guy HRs. He knows how to
Oh
human
yeah, he was
resource.
good. That guy has ditched people before.
I've got a
Anyway,
yellow icon.
the state of that company several years later confirmed my beliefs about it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know,
It's hard to
should
always
have
be
stuck
right.
with us and could have changed history, but no. I'm really unhappy with this animation. It's supposed to be smart animate. It's done me real good in the past. It's done me some solids where it just kind of
I
like
spent
transitions between two states really nicely.
I spent like 15 minutes drawing a box. I kind of even like half forgot we were streaming and
I keep doing that. I spent like an
like, all
hour
right, we're just
last
hanging
week
out. I'm
making a
like, all right.
notification.
I don't know if the box icon's gonna work for stuff.
No, it's not like, why, not visible? Not obvious enough? Throw it on.
Yeah, I didn't like do a great job on it.
Well, no, but briefcase, heart.
Heart, briefcase, stuff icon. All right, whatever. It's gonna be what it is. And I am going to paste it in now. All right, what's the other one? We got job, we got stuff. We've got amount of money. I mean, that's an easy win with the money bag. Let's whip up on money bag here real quick.
Is it though?
What's your favorite icon money? Money
What's your
icon money.
favorite
Money icon.
That's what I was looking for. Dun, 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 dun. Boom. Boom.
Let me see. I'm not even in Figma. What do you got?
I got this. Whoa. Put up your dukes. Boom, boom.
Oh man, I want to conduct like planning sessions like we're doing right now, but in the real world with that boxing glove.
Put them up. Put them up.
Like smack
Come
your
on,
bad
come
ideas out of the
on.
way.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking. And then I thought of the chess thing. I was like, I want to get a boxing glove in Figma so that I can punch Nick's cursor with it. Hey, we could each take one. It's like we're like a Zord in Power Rangers, each controlling one arm.
Hold on. Can I object, flip horizontal, boom.
There we go. Hey, look, we can gang up on Zuckerberg here. Is this in any way illegal?
That probably. I mean, it could be defamation.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
Please don't construe this as threatening.
If QAnon is allowed, then I'm allowed.
QAnon's not allowed. Quanon.
Yeah, what's Quaon?
I don't know. It's another thing that used to be like on 4chan that you'd hear about that you think that's stupid, and then like a year later, it's a cult.
Lol, that's stupid.
That all the old people are in. I read like time traveling, and I mean this is years ago, and it was that there was this time traveler, and he had all the answers, and he was here to communicate them to people, and it's
what? Oh, it's actually there's something to it.
Yeah, well, that definition has changed, but back then, yeah. So Q, the head guy, is this guy from the future, or was at one point in time, and he like knew what was going to happen, like the Great Reckoning, you know, of the social communist agenda. And so he was filling people in. And anyway, years later, now it's like a thing that like moms are in, American moms.
Great.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting for my membership card to come.
Sweet. Qbert. What's next? What are you working on, Nick?
I'm doing a money icon.
I think I know how to make the smart animation work better, so.
Yeah.
If you name, I think you got to name the groups the same thing. And then it knows. And then it's smart. It's not this. It's not a genius animation. It's just smart.
Yeah.
It's not like,
I mean,
you know, ridiculously intelligent. So I'm just going to name the layers. I'm going to turn this into a frame.
It's kind of funny that most smart devices don't do any thinking at all.
Yeah.
Like your run-a-day smart TV has like $8 computer in it that runs Netflix, and it's smart somehow, you know?
Yeah, like you really have the bar that high, do you? Hey, the animation looks not horrid as much anymore. Getting somewhere. It's important that you preview and preview often, because oftentimes I never know what the hell I'm actually doing when I'm making a prototype. You just connect stuff together and see what happens. So it's now morphing. You see that? It just
Uh,
doesn't morph the way you would want it to.
I gotta be honest. I've just been kind of sitting here chilling. I don't know if I'm into the prototype thing.
You know, you still want to design.
I just kind of show people messy sketch files. That's how I get by. Hey, did you see that tweet going around this week? That was a slide from a deck. And it said something to the extent of, to preserve the creative integrity of the design, this will be presented from a messy sketch file. And it was brutal.
No.
It was a slide. It was a purportedly a deck from like an agency slide that said to preserve the. I mean, I've presented to messy files before, but it's usually to like internal teams or clients that you really get along with. All right, I'm prototyping. Hey, that looks good.
What?
That's really cool. Is that on stream? Like, can we get that on there somehow?
What, the
Prototype?
transition? Yeah, I just showed it.
Okay, good.
So we're getting there. Now the problem is, why does it like go up and to the left? Why isn't it like centered? So
It
I'm
should
trying to
stay stationary. Like ideally the animation would be that that icon just fades in like half a second, 500 milliseconds or whatever, 5,000. And then shows that pop up. I'm gonna get one in here. Just as like a display element.
yeah.
Cool. Thumping heartbeat. God dashboard.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. All right. Last thing. Friendship. What are friendship icons like? I bet you it's two user icons next to each other with a heart.
What are friends about? Yeah, that could be good.
Okay, I've got two user icons. I've got two user icons with a heart. I've got hands shaking to make the shape of a heart, which is kind of cool.
Two hands shaking the shape of a heart? That sounds a bit intriguing.
Pretty specific, too many lines. I mean, we need nice little square, one color. Like they don't even look that good when they're blown up, but down at 16 by 16, they'll look okay, which is what you want to do with your icons. Make sure that they're going to be visible at all sizes. Another part of design that suffers from like over fancy, because if you go on to your dribbles, your Behances, your sites like that and look up what the most popular icons are, they're usually really beautiful drawings that don't translate into icons that you can use in a functional sense.
What a tease.
Peace sign's pretty cool. Oh man, friendship icons are lame.
Yeah, it's kind of like the guy that had heart in Captain Planet.
What did heart do? It like blasted people with heart waves and they
Yeah, I
fell
think
down, they like toppled over or something.
yeah, it either made them care or it gave them a heart attack. I forget. Probably the heart attack one. I'm doing
Probably a heart
so.
attack. It turns out that Heart was the most violent Captain Planet hero of them all.
Yeah, he was just secretly a monster. All right. So just for fun, I played some more around with the Smart Animate, and for absolutely no reason, the orb pulses now when you click that thing.
Wait, did you
So
mean to do that?
I did mean to make the orb pulse. I don't think it makes sense to pulse when you click it, but there could be I just wanted to see there's a use for the pulsing maybe in the future. I want to figure out what we can do with that.
But there is like a subclass called Pulse
Boom,
or an
boom.
effect called Pulse.
Do you see it?
No. Check it out. Check it out. Oh, whoa, that's awesome. Oh, you did the pulsing with the red color.
Yeah, it's getting bigger.
Cool.
I've got another pulsing thing here.
Okay, I thought about okay, so to me the pulsing of this big pulsing graph element was going to be the actual shape of the circle thumping. but now I think it's going to be the color on the inside. That's horrific.
What do you oh, okay. I guess there's a couple ways we
Because
could
like
approach it.
the way it pulses, the way that you did it, that red swells up, and that's probably the way it should be, I think.
All right. Well, I might try it that way then, just for fun.
That's what I
I don't.
saw though when I clicked it.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know how we'll.
okay.
I'm just trying to think of like I don't know how we'll apply it yet, but I just wanted to like see what we could do, just to see what the art of the possible is, as they say. If that's a thing that they actually say.
Art of the possible, really?
I don't know. It's a thing that someone said on the internet once, and I probably sold a book about it.
Uh, uh,
Okay, so we want this prototype. So let's see, we go pulse.
I locked those background elements, and now I don't know where I put them. That's probably it.
Zoom way out on the stream. We're just like tiny ants.
It's working away. This is actually like at least graphically more work than I would ever get done on something in this amount of time. And I think it's
Oh yeah, we're straight business. We're not talking about the work. We're doing the work. We're in it.
Work here, guys.
So Figma
we're not
has
giving
this
no
other
conference speech here. We're just gonna straight up make it, and Ian's gonna develop this thing and have it done tomorrow.
This ain't a TED talk.
Do they do like? I've never seen a TED talk that was like designy. I've been to a lot of conference speeches before, and I guess we'll leave it at that. I don't want to whine about it.
Figma has a cool thing. I don't know if XD has it because I haven't played around enough with it. But you can have an action in the prototype happen after a delay. So okay. I normally would use that in a case where you have like a confirmation alert pop up on a page or something like, oh, like successfully saved, like the little toast or something popping in from the top.
Yeah.
And then you can have it
like just sort of anchored to that upper right corner or whatever.
Yeah. So you can have that pop in, and then after whatever, like half a second, it can zoom back out. It's kind of a neat little feature.
I appreciate that.
So I'm going to try and use that on this thing so that when you hover over the orb, it pulses, and then it, after a delay, it pulses back. So it kind of gives a little, like, you hover over and it gives a little like heartbeat. Again, I don't know why that would happen. So if you can make
that delay short enough.
Yeah.
I feel you. I support you on this journey.
I just want to get like a pulse thing going.
Starting to look at an activity list here. Like we want to show like a list of what the system is logging about you. As you're going, I have my mic over top of an element that I can't see. There we go. And that template is, how big is that? 1440. It's the right size.
I'm going to give a little preview. Check out this pulsing.
Can I hit play now?
Yeah. Oh, it's weird. So we click, we get a pulse. That's stupid. But when we're hovering on it, it's pulsating.
Wow, dude, that's so cool.
How can we make
that? That's amazingly cool.
How can we make it better?
Well, I mean, I would have to see the animation tools. You would just want to like fine tune it to make the animation as much like a heartbeat as you wanted to.
It's a little bit, it's almost a little slow. I know what you're.
Well, yeah, animation's really tough too. I find a lot of times with transitional animations, I'm trying to like explain kinetic forces. Like, you know, it needs to there needs to be some weight behind it, like it thumps and it does this, and there's a jitter or sort of a kinetic weight to it where
Yeah.
it feels like there's some sort of impact. I don't know if that's super appropriate here, but just the timing of it.
Yeah. I wonder what we can do. Ease in and out. Ease in back. Oh, let's play with these things and see what they do. Oh man.
We don't have titles on any of these elements, and I almost kind of love it. Like it's mysterious to the max.
Which ones? I'm zooming right in on you.
On all of this, like we have like job, friendship, things owned, amount of money, health, like, but there's no title on what this website is or what this element up at the top is doing. You're just sort of
Oh, yeah.
you're just sort of left to figure it out.
What, this isn't intuitive to you?
No, but that's what intuitive is. It's just vague and users still like it. Isn't that what intuitive means?
Yeah, it means it's about the way you feel about it, and I feel happy. I like, it's a good feeling that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Happy isn't right, but contentment. All right, let's give this another preview.
Happy is not quite right. It's like good. Like I feel good about myself and my life and my family.
We've got kind of like a weird heartbeat going here. A bit ominous.
Check it.
I don't know if it's too fast or too slow.
That's the right like swell drop. Like the drop is like half the time of the swell or whatever. It's just like really good for a prototype.
Yeah. Maybe
for something that's not like made in After Effects or something.
Maybe I'll make this gradient come out a little bit more.
I just gotta try something. I'm gonna steal an image.
Warning, warning, warning.
So that's one circle, is it not? All right. Duplicate that. I'm going to kill all of the special things about it.
Kill all the special things about it.
Kill all the special things, all its appearance, features.
It looks like Nick is trying to attach some kind of nebula or galaxy space thing to it.
Use as mask.
Oh,
I gotta kill the fill in it. Nope.
I think you can give a thing a background picture. Like if you go on the side there, like if you click on the circle itself, you can like get that file out of your. Yeah.
Oh, you give it an image fill.
Yeah, like you can give it a background fill.
Cool. XD just lets you can just like select an object like that and paste it into it.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll probably do that.
It's sort of like pasting appearance. So you would just like select that object or whatever. Hey, how about that boat?
Oh yeah.
Wonder how that boat's doing.
Still stuck, I think. I don't know though. Oops. It's my first day.
Uh-oh.
Homer Simpson.
Oh,
he's like a submarine person or whatever. Oh, dude. You
know what I mean? Like that's not there, but sort of that.
Oh, yeah.
One thing that Figma doesn't have is the like overlay effects. Oh no, layer pass through. Oh no, I can overlay that. Cool.
It looks so cool. But oh, what? What's going on? I like where this is going.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's happening right here, right now. Galaxy brain.
Sorry. Okay, hold on. I got way into that. Cool. Cool. All right, where are you at? What are you doing?
Uppercut. Oh, shoot.
Oh,
All right, sorry. What are we doing?
I have no idea. I'm just watching you like box with this JPEG. JPEG boxing, we call it. All right.
That looks great. I love it.
Cool. And I was working on an activity feed, so we need some sort of tabular list.
Like a flyout?
No, I was thinking more like a sort of like linear feed
Oh,
of like what you're doing.
here you go. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Perfect.
I love the enthusiasm to prototyping though, because it's like, what you want me to? Should it fly out? I'll do it right now.
You want it to
And the
fly
answer
out?
is yes. I want it to fly out. Hi, I'm your systems design guy. Do you want it to just fly right out in front of the client and scare them?
You ever seen a flyout before?
Do your notifications toast?
I'm kind of messing with this green just because.
Messing with the color green?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool. Just shed it all over my design choices live on the internet. That's cool. It's
I've
cool and
just
fine.
gotta, I had a vision for it.
No, yeah, totally.
It's not even green now. What is that? Looks like a
It's
vampire
green.
like
It's like technically
sucked the
green.
color out of it.
Yeah, when you start blending colors together, so when you're taking colors and like making them opaque and then layering on top of them on top of each other, you're going to find that they immediately lose all their saturation values.
Wow, it looks so
and
weird.
and that's actually something that goes like all the way to acrylic paint, like mixing colors and making sure that your saturation values are intact. You just can't do that. Overlay will let you do that. It'll pick up the color behind it and use it to sort of enhance the color that you're making opaque. But
Hmm. Well,
14, we gotta go 16. Are we using Roboto on this site? Everybody's favorite default font?
we don't have to. I'll just get the fonts we need.
Oh, you mean by thievery?
Font thievery? I must be able to
Not
find a good
font
font somewhere.
thievery.
Why is this opaque? What did I change? Oh, there we go.
Sort of trying to figure out the zebra striping with. For a UX show, we have spent an awful lot of time tonight talking about the graphic design of this.
Yeah, whatever. It's design.
It's important. It's important. We wanted to do this fun, goofy thing. Just bear with us. I'm so tired of all the hateful tweets we get on our mega popular show.
Mega. All right, what are you doing? I'm gonna follow you while I work on this stinking pulse.
I feel like what I'm doing right now is beyond boring, but I'm making a list. So as this thing combs your life, and I know I just paste attributes, paste properties. I should just know that. So as this thing pulls in all your data, we're going to have like a recent activity list, and that's going to, at a atomic level, at a nuclear level, show the user what it is they're looking at.
Very atomic. So we have our you know, our highest level up here, going down more granular as we go down the page. Look at all these giant post-it notes. This is where we started. No boring metrics. That's where we started. And you know,
Yeah, that was important. And not getting, too into what the metrics actually are, I think was another big in.
I think we've hit some pretty unboring metrics. I mean, this thing is almost not even a metric, this orb. But it is at the same time, you know, it's telling us something, it's measuring something, it's using color and size and shape to communicate something to us.
I
It's
think
like
from
it's
a
a
visual communication
visualization.
perspective, I think it's kind of fine. Like if you understood what the nature of this product was and you saw a graph with a green point at the top and your health icon, and then you were using that icon to associate that to other information down the page, you kind of immediately get a sense, I think.
Well, I guess we'll have to test it.
I'm not testing anything. Don't ever test your products, ever.
Never.
It's a fool's errand.
It's all snake oil. It's just a complete ripoff.
Yeah.
Oh no, I broke it. Broke my prototype.
An eerie glow. Cool.
Ba-da-ba.
This list element on a dark background is bumming me out.
Why?
Because when I think of zebra striped like lists of information, it's always white and gray.
Make one of them transparent.
Yeah, okay. So
or
maybe I just need
or
to lighten
all
it
of them
up. Like if this
transparent, or
whole thing,
either have one of them, yeah, either make the whole thing a little bit
that's
transparent,
better.
yeah, or make the
That's
whole,
better.
or make one of the bars like just invisible. But that looks
Do you know what
cool.
I do in this circumstance is I'll actually, and you can't see it on my screen, but just take a very quick screen snippet
Yeah.
and then make these colors proper by taking the swatch directly from this screenshot. Because transparencies are good or whatever, but you should get a solid hex value by the time you're done, rather than relying on like I'm going to use a hex value, like a hex value being a specific color, but I'm just going to make it transparent to make it the color I want. I always just try and make sure it's the solid, the real thing. There we go. So now I've got the same color values, but they're solid objects, like they don't pass through anything, and that's great. It's great. So we got category, we have our date. I feel like date time, maybe those are two different data types.
Let's do time at like relative time, like now, 4 minutes ago.
Oh, so is that more like a when? Or
Yeah. It might, they might
yeah, I
not
think
even
that's a
need
when.
titles.
Oh,
Because if it's like a,
might not.
you
Well,
know,
I'm
if it's
doing
a
it here for me
feed,
now. Again, when we talk about specificity of information, like it really does say like 2 hours ago. It could be 2.5 hours ago, like on Instagram or whatever, but it will say 2 hours until you get to 3, which is just enough of a generalization for people. Like you got to think like users don't, not that they don't care, but it's not like they need a very specific down to the second time. However, with this site, well, not however, I guess I sort of feel the same way.
do you like,
Make
what
that
do you have
brighter.
a preference, a personal preference?
In terms of like between like putting a specific time and
Yeah, like
now,
if you look at,
later, before kind of thing.
yeah, like timestamps, do you like now, 2 minutes ago? Like I think that's called relative versus Is the date?
I feel like the date's important because that's going to mark a specific day.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be important for users because when you're going back through your history, you're going to want to know, like, when did I do that horrible thing that ruined my social
Maybe it's like after a
score?
day it turns into, or after a certain number of time it turns into like a solid date. Kind of like it's after a day you get the exact date. Otherwise it's like today, or otherwise it's in hours or something maybe.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm on board. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Are you
So let's
picking it
ditch
up?
date and go with when now. Because you got to think, if this product is logging every single thing that you do all day long, I mean,
It's going
you're
to be
going
a
to have a
lot of
lot of
stuff there.
nows. It's going to be a
Yeah.
lot of nows. Yeah.
It's going to be pretty, it's kind of like an iPhone notification, right? They do the nows, and then they do whatever else you call it. I think it's once it's after a day. Oh no, it seems to be after 3 or 4 hours, because I have one that says 3 hours, but then the next one says 6:45 p.m. And that was 4 hours ago. Interesting. That seems
Hmm.
to be the choice Apple made. That it's in hours. It's like relative time up until the 3 hour mark, and then it goes into kind of specifics, absolutes. Hmm. Hum.
Yeah.
Interesting
Hmm.
choice, Apple.
Interesting. I like it. It's also words like now and before and later and after um, all have kind of one meaning, which is really nice in these kind of situations. Like, you don't want to use a term that could be construed multiple different ways,
Yeah.
especially when you're talking to users that may not speak English as their first language.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you have fallen ill from drinking too much Diet Pepsi. That's a thing people do.
Too much Pepsi.
What's the thing people do? You know, they drink all the soft drinks and it makes them ill, you know, because they've been drinking nothing but Pepsi for 20 years.
Yeah, and it's like you should drink Coke. Sponsored by Coke.
Let's just say you have fallen ill as a result of neglecting your health. When? Now.
Tell me
No.
now.
No. You have become more ill because you could be like, we're not here to quantify how ill and sick you are from your terrible life choices. We're just here to let you know that that's happening. So
Yeah.
you have become more ill as a result of neglecting your health. Perfect. Because you're just in a state of ill. There's no like definitive top or bottom to that.
Yeah.
So we have our category description. When, what other kind of data could be associated with an event? We could do some toggle, like yes, no stuff, like were other people present? Oh, you got a new bath mat.
Yeah,
Congrats.
that's, hey, it's an achievement. Doesn't there's no thing too small to
This is
quantify
good
your
copywriting right now.
value.
You purchased a new bath mat. Congrats. That's really good. You're using the copy to sort of encourage them a little bit.
Exactly. I mean, we can even use these emojis.
Wait.
I don't know if this
That's a
fits the
categories.
brand.
Emote.
An emote.
Emoji.
I don't know
So
if
we
that's
just
on
sort
brand.
of like, we can sort of, we can use emojis just as a general category thing to give a feeling, you know, about it. Like, you have become more as ill as a result of neglecting your health. Yeah, so maybe that's a skull. I'm just gonna pull that over into our emoji column.
Oh, nice.
Do you know what I mean? So we can use data to sort of add like a visual context. You purchase a new bath mat.
Or
What's a good
okay.
emoji in there? Just sort of like a guy like
Mm-hmm.
with his hands up in the air. I think is one of them.
Hold on. Let me try something here.
It's that button you're making.
You'll see.
Hey, Ian, what's that button? That's the game we should play.
Hey, what's
What
that
button am I making? Oh, it's a delete everything.
It's a kill switch and it deletes everything. It is. It's an emoji toggle. It's just I'm just throwing down as a concept that you can just
Okay.
convert the whole
Yeah.
chart into emojis.
Wow, that's cool. Like if reading information is maybe too much and you're just going, I'm not,
Yeah, you could just go like, dude,
read anything.
dude.
I didn't sign up for this so I can read. I signed up for this so I could look at the dashboard, which is just data that's been
Emoji
visualized.
mode.
Nobody cares. It's green when it's good.
Call
it's
it
red when it's
emoji
bad.
mode.
That's all you need. Oh, emoji mode. I love
Or
it. That should be that should be everywhere.
I think so.
I like your toggle.
Emoji.
Emoji. Cool. Should put that on a sweatshirt and sell it on Redbubble.
What's Redbubble?
Beast emoji.
I think with Figma now you can make states.
States like
different.
That's actually kind of cool.
You can make different states for components, but then also like have transitions on them. I don't know what it's called, but in XD you can do it, right, where you have like a hover state where you can hover or click something and you don't have to completely copy the page over to just make a simple animation or just a simple state change of a button.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of handy because you can, like, where we have these little icons and we have red versions and blue versions and green versions that mean different things for the same data type. It is kind of handy to just be able to make those, like, I need a neutral state and a positive state and a negative state and whatever.
Mm-hmm. You can do that. You can do it now in Figma too, but I haven't really. And then like the toggles between it when you interact with it, but I haven't tried to do it yet. So what does this do? I guess you click it and it turns on.
Yep. Like most buttons.
And then it goes like green in the background or something. Probably shouldn't be super green.
I had a column here, like, for a yes no value called caught. Like, where did anybody see what happened, good or bad?
Okay. That actually makes a lot of sense, I think.
Well, like in relevant thing, like, you become more ill as, have people been privy to this, what you've done? So I feel like caught captures that. Maybe we could do a column that's like the value of the action that you've taken. So
that seems important, yeah.
Like the weight, like how bad or good was it? All right, it's starting to look like a table. It's kind of ugly. That blue bar at the top is ugly. I find with other designers, it's really easy to talk about when things are good and bad. Like you can go like, geez, this is ugly, and like people get what you're saying.
This is ugly.
Whereas when I talk to my partner, it's like, It's not, no, come on, it's not ugly. And I'm going like, no, 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 it's
No.
okay. It's okay. I'm just saying this is bad and it needs more work. And it's like,
It-
your work isn't bad. And it's like, no, this is bad. I need to take 2 hours and make it good. I hear you.
I need
I'm
to
not shitting
acknowledge
on it.
it.
It's just, yeah, I need to acknowledge that it's not good and that it requires more work, which is something I think we do constantly. Like, cool, neat idea. I'm gonna spend, a day fleshing it out. A good old day. One of those days where you have 7 hours and no meetings, and you're just like, oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna design this entire project toe to tip.
where you're allowed to work? Cool.
When you're allowed to work and be a person,
Hmm.
love those days. I saw someone we know on Twitter this morning talking about having over a dozen meetings today, booked today, and I don't know, I guess you gotta, but you gotta work. I gotta go design. No matter what I do, no matter how many presentations I give, eventually I have to just go back and be silent while I make it.
Yes, you need that. I gotta get that focus time. I've just completely screwed up everything. There we go. That looks, that's something. It
It's
doesn't
something.
feel like it should go there. Maybe like down here.
But how long is the list? And
Yeah.
so if we have me as a user, if I have a list of values like this, so I know it's recording information about me, I do expect to be able to go look at some amount of archived version of
Absolutely.
this.
Yeah. This is almost like just a bit of it, and then I don't know, would we have like a lazy load as you scroll, or like a show more, and it would take you somewhere else to just be your list?
Probably a show more, like this is, how many items are in here? 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't know. Eight's probably fine. And then you get to see more, I guess. Geez, a section where you could sort this entire list. You would want probably filters and like search boxes and some sort of functionality to dig deeper. Because what if you've been using this product for 3 years and there's 19,000 entries, but you need to find something specific?
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a lot of features in there.
We'll get making them. I feel like if you had already made them, we wouldn't be in this position.
I was trying to anticipate our every need. I was unsuccessful.
Trying to anticipate this every need for this product that we made up in our heads and has no brief or information affiliated with it.
Collect emojis.
So where do we get tonight? We've got this activity list feature. I got to put a title on here. I know I'm saying I don't want to put titles on things, and that's the nature of being intuitive, but sometimes you just got to tell users what the hell they're supposed to be doing. I draw the line at like,
What?
you have something here like my recent activity.
Yeah, I was gonna say your life feed.
Oh, that's way better.
My
My
life.
life feed.
You gotta say my.
Where I draw the line for this kind of element. So my life feed and the nature of this element and the information you're reading should describe what it is and what it's doing for you. I find when designers get into my life feed, a handy feed of all your activity during the day, and they lay it out as like this subtitle, like almost as if to fill up room.
Yeah, because it looks
It
cool. It looks nice though, like at a distance.
Yeah, it looks like the page is more populated than it is, which is sure, okay, cool. But if you need to tutorialize an element like this, I feel like you're not doing a great job.
Yeah, and you don't want that there all the time either, right? If anything, if I needed to do something, I'd probably do like a little tooltip over it or something, or like an info button
Yeah,
that could take you somewhere to learn about it. I've done a bunch of those.
I want to, before we attack this thing again, I want to sit down and like fix all my terrible work here.
I feel like another push we could be, you could be somewhere pretty far with this.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do a part 4. Well, we'll see.
We could. Yeah, we might. We'll
I
see.
mean,
Who knows?
we'll see. We're just like practicing this at this point, and it is a lot of fun.
I learned a few things about animations in Figma. We went
The
through a lot
prototype is
of
looking pretty cool.
we went through a lot of like rapid iterations of the notifications. Like we started the alerts. We started over here with like a normal alert, and I'm going to come back to these because it's a dope component. But then we kind of went into like this mode with like um, a little speech bubble, and then it got smaller and turned into like this guy, which I really liked. These little two tone like health balloon, and then now we're just in a little circle with our expansion. Crazy.
Bring that back.
Boom.
Yeah, it is
Boom.
crazy. For 6 hours of work, this is like a highly graphical, pretty cool thing. Do you know what we should do after this? We should take this and call it a template that you can like a royalty-free template that you can download for free. The entire concept, and we'll put it on something like ThemeForest or Behance, and see if anybody ever actually uses it.
Yeah, we can save it
see
to
if
the
this
Figma
design
community
comes to fruition
somehow. Like you can
we'll give it out for free.
You can make these public, yeah, for people to get. So we'll definitely do that. We will make sure that you can get this file and do whatever you need to. And you can royalty free use it, make money, make $1 million. Just you have to put us in the terms of service.
Oh, absolutely,
somewhere.
Yeah.
Just our names need to be somewhere.
That's actually kind of a fun idea. I also love the idea of what if we should design a really nice template. We'll just sit here and make a pretty template one night and then hand it out and see if it ever shows up in like a business someday.
That'd be amazing. I'm very into that. Boom, 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 boom. Well, we've got our pulsating. I've got our pulsating Eye of Sauron over here. We have a really strange, smart animated health icon. Yeah, I might come back to that. And
this is all in a Figma file too, by the way, which is, I mean, I think particularly interesting for Figma. Designers.
Look how far we've come. Here's what
right
above all of this. Look at this screenshot from above, where we started last week.
Oh, yo, that's hilarious! I actually didn't see that. Do you have that on the stream right now? You do.
This is the end of last.
That was the end of night 1.
And then then this the glowing orb dawned on us like a setting sun, and now we're here. That's cool.
I'm still like rushing around trying to fix things as we chat about this.
Very cool. Boom, boom.
Very, very, very cool. Well, that's probably it for tonight. What do you think? It's 11 o'clock.
That's a wrap.
Time.
Yeah. 11.
Work in the morning. I have to actually wake up instead of doing this fun design. I got to wake up and do real design, which is
real design to solve real problems instead of fun design to solve fun problems.
I can't wait to be in a meeting tomorrow and be like, wait, listen, hold on. What if we had this thumping orb?
Yeah,
and it knew everything about you.
Let me turn you on to something here.
Can I turn you on to something real quick? It's an orb and it flies out. Does it fly out? Of course it fucking flies out.
It definitely flies
out. Am I an amateur?
Flies out. And it flies out and it flies around.
It flies where it wants. Man. Flies like a bird.
Yeah, jeez.
God damn it. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching, for joining us. We're at the 2-hour 15-minute mark. I don't know when we'll be back. Definitely next Thursday, maybe sometime in between there.
Yep.
Maybe we do something else and revisit this Thursday. I have no idea. It could pop up at any time, but
that's the nature of Hi There. It's live and we don't know what's coming.
Yeah, no idea. We literally discussed this show for about 6 minutes before we go live, and we want to keep it that way because that's the That's the juice,
It's
isn't
the
it? That's the
magic.
good stuff.
That's the
That's the
sauce.
magic.
All
It's
right,
just a
everyone.
little bit of magic.
Little bit of magic. Design is magic. This was a magical night. Had a lot of fun. Hope you did too, and learned a couple things also. So until next
Smash
time,
that like,
smash the
follow us on
like,
Twitter, subscribe. We love you
subscribe.
deeply and individually, and we can't wait to talk to you soon.
Good night.
Good night.